Alright guys, I'm heading out. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you let me know in the comments what you thought was the coolest animal here at the show. Let me know what other animals you'd like to see on the show. And thank you guys again. Have a good night. God bless. This happens to be a cappuccino crested gecko. You guys know how much I love crested geckos. Believe it or not, the crested gecko, as I told the story before, was extinct. They declared it extinct until 1994, which is the year I was born, by the way. And they found a small population in New Caledonia. And then the New Caledonia government allowed a group of keepers to export a small population for captive breeding. And now, thanks to the pet trade, the crested gecko is now a popular pet, and the population is growing rapidly. And believe it or not, some breeders are releasing yearlings back into the wild, which is so cool. This is a cappuccino, which is polygenic, I think. So another option is this is a cool gecko if you are a beginner. Perfect beginner gecko. These guys eat nectar and fruit and insects. So again, you guys looking for a cool gecko? A crested gecko could be for you. So
now we're posing right for the camera.
Look at him right now, he's posing right now. This happens to be a Orange Dream, Calico, you said Super Pastel,
Black Pewter. No,
Black Pewter. Sorry, Black Pewter. So Black Pastel, Cinnamon. Oh no, Black Pastel,
and
Pastel.
Yeah.
You guys know Greg Graziani produced the very first pastels. I don't know who produced the first black pastels. Someone in Florida. And then we got Orange Dream that was produced in Maryland by Oz. And then we've got Calico, which is produced by Kevin McCurley. You guys know how much I love Calico. It's a high white animal. Just look at how beautiful this snake is. I love this. Kind of like a zigzag pattern almost. They're a pretty cool snake. Make sure you guys go show these guys some love. Do not. Yeah. Again, guys. Also, do not feed these rodents too often. Feed these more highly insectivorous like snails and even boilworms. Cool animal though. Meet the Savannah Monitor. These guys are from West Africa, Ghana, Togo, and Benin. You guys know Dave Kaufman did a video about how we keep our savannas in the to make sure we keep them correctly. He's like, hey, get that camera out of my face, go away. Just look at how beautiful he is. You guys know how much I love savannas. Guys, these guys aren't the best beginner monitors. However, I want these are more advanced monitors. So you keep an Ackie first, maybe a mangrove next, and then a savanna. But just look at how cool this guy is. Because of like a modern day dinosaur. Look at those eyes. He's like a velociraptor. Cool animal. Let's see what else we can see here. Meet the savanna. This happens to be a leopard confusion, yellow belly. The leopard is co-dominant, meaning that you breed it to a normal, half the babies are going to be a leopard, half the babies are going to be normal. And I've also got a new gene which is called confusion, which is a dominant trait. Of course we got the yellow belly, and as I said with the yellow belly, for all you Patriots fans again, the yellow belly is linked to the ivory ball python that Pete Call sold to Chad Brown from Elksville, who used to play for the Patriots for $125,000. Just look at the pattern on this animal. I tell you, you add lesser pastel to this animal, this snake is gonna be even more beautiful. But this is such a cool snake. Make sure you guys give SSV some loves. Meet Ketchup. You guys know Brian Barczyk has Heinz, the red green iguana. This is Ketchup, the red bearded dragon. This is a polygenic trait. Years and years of breeding the reddest animals to the reddest animal, which is really cool. Look at how beautiful this animal is. I always say the best pet lizard is the bearded dragon because of how docile he is. He's just chilling on the hands. He's probably doing his inner Stewie saying, "Go away, fat man." Anyways, of course she's just hanging out there. Just look at how I can pet him like a dog. So you guys looking for a cool lizard, a bearded dragon is the perfect pet. They eat lizards. Unfortunately, they do eat bugs, so that's something you gotta keep in mind. They also eat fruit. Well, you gotta be careful what kind of fruit. I would not recommend iceberg lettuce at all, but this is such a cool, but anyways, bearded dragons, best pet lizard. Meet Banana. This happens to be a lavender albino ball python. You guys know Ralph Davis in Maryland produced the very first lavender albinos. Of course, Bob Clark produced anything that's T-negative albino, including the recent T-negative albino African rock, which is pretty cool. Now the lavender albino, just like any other albino, is recessive trait. This is Banana again. Look at how beautiful she is. Just a regular pet. I think you add any other gene to this snake is going to make any animal pop. Look at how beautiful this monkey is. Here we got a few axolotls. We got the albino, which is a recessive trait. You guys got the normal looking. You know, axolotls are also known as water dogs. You guys are amphibious. They come on land on water. So if you guys are looking for an axolotl, you guys have to do a lot of research. So you need that right temperature. I reach out to some people. If you want a cool axolotl, reach out to somebody who knows what they're doing. Now, believe it or not, axolotls can lose their limbs and regenerate, which is so cool. They're using these in research to see the medical research too, which is pretty amazing. Look at how beautiful these guys are. All right, here we got looks like an albino hedgehog. You guys know how much I love hedgehogs. The truth is, hedgehogs are not for everybody. You guys have to do a lot of research. And additionally, you need to check your local laws. Some areas like PA, in some parts of Virginia here too, these guys are illegal, which is really unfortunate. These, look at those spikes, they do those for defense. Whenever a predator would come up and attach them, they would actually curl into a ball. And those spikes are pretty pointy. They can hurt you pretty well, hurt you pretty badly too. But this is such a cool animal. Again, you guys have to do a lot of research. Make sure you do your homework. These guys are not for everybody. You need to make sure you do a lot of, because a big commitment, just like every animal. This is such a cool animal. Okay, here we got a pastel GHI clown. You guys know how much I love GHI. Stands for gotta have it. And in this case, you definitely gotta have it. As you can see his head there. Now the clown is a recessive trait. I like clown ball pythons a lot because of their tails, which is kind of cool. And of course, the pastel was one of the most enhancing genes in my opinion. You guys know Greg Graziani, like I said, produced the first pastels in '97. And you add Lester to this animal, this snake is gonna be even more beautiful. Just look at that head. This happens to be a green Burmese python, which is also known as a patternless.
I think it's a green granite, is what I think it is.
A green granite, actually. Could be a green granite. So there's a double recessive trait. It's the green. It's also known as a patternless. Now the granites were produced by Eric Kreider in Washington, believe it or not, which is kind of like a granite hue. Or as they say in South Africa, granite. This is such a cool snake. You guys know how much I love Burms. I really want another one. But the truth is, the Burm is not for everybody. It's only for advanced keepers. You gotta do a lot of homework, but this is such a beautiful snake. Anyways, seal yourself, side serpents, go show them some love. All right, here we got a banana super stripe ball python. You guys know the super stripe, believe it or not, is a allelic animal, just like the one I just showed you. The super stripe is a yellow belly specter. The yellow belly is linked to the ivory ball pythons, as I told the story before. And for all you Patriots fans, the ivory, Chad Brown used to play for the Patriots, bought an ivory ball python from Peter Call for $125,000, which is insane for a snake. And of course, we got the banana, which is co-dominant, which I really don't see much of a difference between the super banana, to be honest with you. But anyway, this is such a cool snake. You guys know how much I love allelic animals. Let's see what else we can see here at the expo. Can I take a picture for you? Okay. This happens to be a banana fire piebald ball python. You guys know how much I love fire and piebalds. You guys know Peter Call produced the very first piebald ball pythons in Maryland, which is not too far from here. In Mass, which is pretty cool. This is a fire, which is a co-dominant trait. When you breed it to a normal, you get 50% fires and 50% normals. And now the fire is linked to the black-eyed leucistic, which is kind of cool. Now Eric Davis in the UK produced the very first fire, which is kind of cool snake. Now this has also got banana. You guys know the story about the banana. Will Slough bought it, thinking it was a Carmel albino. This is such a, he ended up producing it. Now, this is such a cool snake. Look at the pattern on the snake. Ooh, just Ryan used to say, ooh doggy. Let's see what else we can see. We got some silky chickens here, so you guys know one of my favorite linebackers is Von Miller. You know, he's a chicken farmer. And I was watching the Americas game. Somebody calls you a chicken, you automatically take offense to it. Chickens can be quite nasty. Look at how cute they are. These guys are from China. Look, these guys have black skin, and these guys are pretty expensive too. So, you guys, I think these are pretty cool here to see at an expo. Of course, we got the big bunny there. Look at him. All right, meet my new little buddy here. This happens to be an Enchi Super Pastel Pinstripe. You guys know Greg Graziani produced the first pastels. McCurley produced the Super Pastels, and the Enchis were produced in Sweden by Sweetball. And then of course we got the Pinstripe, produced none other than the legendary Brian Barczyk, Amicia. You guys know I can't wait to go back to the Reptarium again. Now, this is such an enhancing snake. I tell you, you add fire to this snake is going to look incredibly beautiful. Just look at that pattern on this monkey, as Brian used to always say. See ya, buddy. Meet my new little buddy. This happens to be a Chinese cave gecko. These guys are native to China, hence their name. These guys live in caves, that's their name. These guys are so similar to the care of a leopard gecko. So if you guys are looking for a cool gecko, I think Chinese cave geckos, or cave geckos in general, are so underrated. Look at how beautiful he is. Look at those patterns on there. These guys do eat insects too. So if that's something you're concerned about, this may not be for you. But if you're looking for a cool gecko, these guys do well in rack systems. Look at how cute he is.
Hair is quite similar actually to the
leopard gecko. This happens to be a blackhead freeway champagne. A freeway is a Mojave yellow belly, I think? Or,
Asphalt yellow.
oh, asphalt yellow belly, sorry, not Mojave. So it's a allelic animal, so it acts like a super. So if you breed it to a normal, you get 50% yellow bellies and 50% asphalts.
Yeah, he's black. He's also blackhead champagne, which is a allelic as well.
Yeah, blackhead champagne. I did not know that. It looks almost like a pied, and it's got zero pied in it. It looks so cool. Unfortunately, the champagne is a lethal. Super champagne is a lethal gene, so we don't really. So as long as we don't breed them as often, because we don't want to. We don't. A lot of they do live for like maybe a day, but after that they die, which is unfortunate. But this is such a cool snake. You guys know how much I love champagne. And yes, you can buy a champagne ball python if you're under 21. These happen to be some birds here. You guys know how much I love birds. This happens to be, we got some conures here, we got a cockatoo here. Hey, don't be feisty. Cockatoo, look, this guy's trying to like, hey, he's like, get out of the camera, I want to go relax. So somebody just bought it, but one of the things I always want to talk about when it comes to owning a bird is, you know, a lot of times people buy them when they're so small. They're so damn cute, but the truth is a lot of times they end up rescued because, you know, a lot of times they will outlive their owners. So if you guys are looking for a bird, you guys have got to do a lot of research. This is really can't buy these impulsively. I know they're cute. So if you ever have to get rid of it, do not release it into the wild. We need rescue. Find it rescue, but make sure you commit it. It's going to be a lifelong commitment. And as Brian Cusco used to say, these aren't toys for your kid. These aren't autographed Peyton Manning helmets for your man cave. These aren't fancy luxury Lamborghinis. This is a life.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys have got to do a research. But let's see. Look at how cute these guys are. These guys like, hey, He's like, hey, get out of my camera. Go away. Of course you can go. Meet my new little buddy. This is Terry, the tegu. This is a red tegu. You guys know how much I love Argentine tegus. He was a rescue as well. They tried to put him up for adoption, but nobody wanted to adopt him. He's stunted, unfortunately. So, that's why, guys, yeah, you can stunt your reptiles, but that really just damages the animals. You can cause severe health issues. He's got hip dysplasia. He's got a pallid lips. So right now, they're just using him for educational purposes only for now, which is really unfortunate. He'd be such a good pet unless you have the space. Only if you have the space, but this is such a cool animal. Make sure you guys go check out these guys, Magnum Exotics, Reptile Rescue. I'm going to put a link for their stuff in the description, show them some love. Let's go from here. Here we got a, first thing I'm going to show you guys here, this is a pastel butter spot nose fire. Het clown, you guys know how much I love, how much I think pastel and lesser, even butter for that matter, is a real enhancing gene. Look at how beautiful the snake is. This thing looks like it's glowing in the dark. Can't go forward because unfortunately the lighting's not going to be good. See how beautiful it is. I just love spot nose. It's just such a good gene. You guys know my friend DJ Van Wyck in South Africa loves spot nose. But I always say, make sure you guys go check out that video. But you know, power balls are probably a cool gene here. Look at how beautiful this monkey is. Let's see what else we can see here.